All right, everybody, it's Wednesday, which means we have day games in the MLB with some games starting in just a couple hours. So we're going to get right into it. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is giving you my best MLB bets for the day. I have a bunch for you guys. I absolutely loved what I saw when I was scanning through the OddsJam tools. So before we get into it, would appreciate it for those of you watching, like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Helps me out a ton. Hit me up on my Twitter handle that you see on the screen here, Jedi Modi. Link to it is in the description of the video as well. And let's get into it. So play number one. We are locking in Shane McClanahan to go over 5.5 hits allowed. This is offered at plus 184 odds at Caesars. Now, I don't know what Caesars has against Shane McClanahan because there were 3 positive expected value bets, specifically fading Shane McClanahan. So I'm going to go over all 3. Just wanted to get ahead of that and let you know that we will be aggressively fading Shane McClanahan, who's a great pitcher in the game tonight. First play, as I mentioned, McClanahan over 5.5 hits allowed, plus 184 odds at Caesars. This is just insane. The no vig odds price this at plus 162. So when you're positive EV betting, these no vig odds are really, really important. Like you see odds for every single play under the no vig odds column, right? It's very important because that is where all of the profitability comes into play. So what happens is OddsJam pulls odds from the historically sharpest sportsbooks in the world. When I say historically sharpest, I mean like the sportsbooks that consistently over the course of time do the best job at pricing odds. They're the sharpest. Pulls odds from these sharp sportsbooks, then removes the vig using a weighted average. Basically saying like, okay, let's set the line at where the sharp sportsbooks have something priced. And then what OddsJam does is it's constantly scanning odds from all of the major sportsbooks, scanning millions of odds in real time, and then providing situations where you can get better odds than the no vig line. That's positive expected value. And looking at this play here, it's a massive, massive gap between these two numbers, between the no vig odds and the Caesars line. Equates to an EV percent of 8.25, which is just insane how big of a gap that is. And then just look at where Caesars prices it compared to everything else. DraftKings and Betway at plus 145, Pinnacle down at plus 130. If you open the event page in a new tab, and then you click show no vig odds, it does exactly what it sounds like. It removes the vig from every book that's pricing it. Plus 184 at Caesars is what we locked in. Look at the no vig odds of the other sportsbooks. Plus 161, plus 144. Insane, insane value. So I locked in all of these. The first one was Shane McClanahan over 5.5 hits allowed, plus 184 odds at at Caesars, pulled from OddsJam. The next one is taking him to go under 5.5 strikeouts. This is at plus 151 odds at Caesars. Same logic here, right? OddsJam perfect line. No vig odds have this at plus 132. We got it all the way up on Caesars at plus 151. Same thing here. Let's compare where every other sportsbook has odds priced for this. Plus 151 at Caesars. Look at the rest of the sportsbooks. Plus 128 is the closest book, and that's 23 cents lower than what we got it at. BetOnline also has it at plus 128, and then the rest of the books are in the plus 1 teens with Bet Rivers all the way down at plus 102. Again, I don't know what Caesars has against Shane McClanahan, but this is absolutely ridiculous value that we are getting on fading him. So in situations like this, and then I'll go to the last one that we are fading Shane McClanahan, it is player outs, and then I will move on to the non-fading Shane McClanahan plays. But McClanahan under 17.5 outs, plus 162 odds at Caesars. Same logic here. Books that price it, DraftKings, Betway, Pinnacle, all price it aggressively below the Caesars number, right? Caesars at plus 162. Every other book, plus 135, plus 125, plus 116. And again, we can do the same thing here to make sure we're confirming that we're getting a good play. View event page in the new tab, pulls up the screen you see here, which is just where every sportsbook is pricing it. You click show no vig odds, and guess what? DraftKings is the closest of their no vig line at plus 150, Betway at plus 138, Pinnacle at plus 131, and we locked it in at plus 162. So I locked in all 3 of these on Caesars, as you can see here. Total strikeouts, total hits allowed, and total outs recorded. I locked in all of them, put half a unit on all three, basically hoping that if he does have a bad game, we'll cash really well. And in situations like this, when you're putting a lot of eggs in one basket, because they're all so heavily positive expected value, yes, on this one individual day, if Shane McClanahan ends up pitching a gem, then that's not going to obviously work out in our favor. But over the course of time, these are the types of situations that should hit, and it will work out in the long run and be profitable, putting a lot of eggs in one basket like I am doing here. So those are all the fade Shane McClanahan plays. Next up, we have a play in the Pirates versus Red Sox, and we are locking in the total runs to go under 8.5. This is locked in at plus 105 at Fox Bet. As you can see from the exclamation mark here, I have a bunch of markets bet specifically on this play and this market, but this is a really, really good play. The reason why, again, look at the odds. Minus 102 is what the no vig odds has this priced at. Fox Bet is offering it all the way up at plus 105. And then compare where every other book prices it, right? We're getting plus money, which means that like if you win half your bets, you're making money. And when you're looking at main lines such as this, like a total runs market, you want to look first at the sharp sportsbooks: Pinnacle, BetOnline, Bookmaker, and Circa. 3 of the 4 sharp sportsbooks favor the under as the more likely outcome. And what I mean by that is if you look at the Pinnacle line and you look at both sides, the under is priced at minus 111. The over is priced at minus 101. They're favoring this going under. They're having it as the more expensive option, which is Pinnacle telling you they think the more likely scenario here is that this play goes under. We're getting it for plus 105. Same thing for Circa, but even more aggressively so. They have the under priced at minus 122, the over priced at plus 101, heavily favoring it going under, as is BetOnline, minus 115 on the under, minus 105 towards the over. And then the fourth book, the fourth sharp one, Bookmaker, just has it as a 50-50 outcome each way. And that's still good in our favor because we're getting this for plus money. So even if you assume the win percentage of this bet is 50%, which again, we know it's above 50%, but even if we assume the win percentage is 50%, we're still getting this for plus money, plus 105. So that still would be a mathematically profitable bet. So this under 8.5 total runs plus 105 at Fox Bet is a really, really good play. My fourth play for this video. My first play, not faded Shane McClanahan. And then the last play of the day, we're just straight up looking at Cubs money line minus 103 odds at Bet Rivers. I found this play using the low holds tool, but it's still a really good play. Let's do the same math that we've always done. View the event page in a new tab, pulls up the screen that you see here. It's where every single sportsbook is pricing the moneyline play. And again, you want to make sure you compare to the sharp sportsbooks. We're on Cubs moneyline minus 103. So click show no vig odds, and let's look at the sharp sportsbooks and where they have their no vig odds priced. Pinnacle minus 107. BetOnline also minus 107. Bookmaker minus 109 and Circa minus 104. All 4 of the sharp sportsbooks price the moneyline play for the Cubs above the minus 103 odds number, above meaning more likely to occur, which is great in our favor. That is the definition of a positive expected value bet. So that is what we are locking in here today. My fifth and final play, Cubs moneyline minus 103 at Bet Rivers, and that's it. So if you're tailing these, comment and let me know. Enjoy the MLB betting slate tonight/today, and have a good one.